Generic greetings and welcome to the Shape of Things. Today's beverage is a very nice and relaxing chamomile, honey and vanilla infusion. Very, very nice indeed. So welcome to the Shape of Things. This is a relaxing atmospheric puzzle game about rebuilding 3D objects, and we'll do so using three main methods. We will change the rotation of items, the position, as well as the scale. Let's just jump into it and I'll show you what I mean. It's a fairly easy concept to understand. So over to the level selection here, we've got this sort of carousel on the right hand side which denotes all of our different levels, and each one of those has, I think, 10 different puzzles. At least that's my experience anyway. And well, this one is the one we're going to go for. This is like a Candyland sweet shop type of thing. So you've got a nice animated background there with like a neon sign and a candy piece rotating the sweet there and a slushy machine and all sorts. So that is fine. In the center is our main playfield where we have the item that's split into, I think, a minimum of 3 pieces, but it can go more than that. And well, let's just see what we can do. So I'm going to click on a piece down the bottom, and I can see that this only rotates. So they'll either rotate, they'll change scale, or they'll change position. So these are just going to rotate. So basically, we have to marry these up, and you don't have to be 100% with it, but it does help. And that's going to also rotate as well. So we got this sort of candy cane hook thing, and yes, lovely stick of rock, which that is, well, that's about right. And when you complete that, you gain a generic units of currency, which is used for unlocking different levels here. This is some sort of chocolate bar, I think. So we'll rotate that. We'll rotate maybe that, and then this is not changing in scale. It's actually changing in its position there. So we can see that sliding along. I think this middle piece needs to be rotated a bit more. That needs to go forward, and there we go. A nice brick of chocolate that can go over there, and om nom nom. And this is, it's a lolly. Okay, so we have scale now. I tend to find it best to find the ones that rotate, and then you know pretty much where you stand with it, because the scale one has the most variability, I would say. And then that, and there you go. Again, you don't need to be exactly precise 100% with it. You just have to get close to it. And this is well, it looks like an absolute mess. I have no idea what this is. Sometimes it does just look like an absolute mess. I'm guessing this middle. So this middle rotates, so we know that that's possible. So let's just, what we'll do is we'll marry these bottom bits up, because this is a scale bit at the bottom, and then this rotation piece, which is, I think that is about there. Yeah, that's about right. You can hardly even see the seam, and then this is going to rotate to, yeah, that's going to rotate to that side. And this is, it's a toffee apple, isn't it? There we go. It's actually a nice little game in itself to guess what it's going to be before you actually make it. I see. This is a blancmange that's been put through a blender. Right, okay. And, actually, is it a jelly? I don't know. Let's do, oh my good grief. So these are all rotating, and hang on. It looks like that goes together somehow like that. Yes, and then that goes together. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, I think I've got the hang of it now. There we go. And maybe that piece into there. And we're just going to get them all roughly in the right level. And that's close enough. That's close enough. Okay, let's try and see if we can get a bit more precise in this one. And what are we missing? What are we missing? What piece are we missing? It seems that piece, maybe. The problem sometimes is that if you don't get it absolutely spot on, what happens is you then have to reroute half of what you've done, because you don't have to get absolutely perfect. Well, sorry, you don't have to get absolutely perfect, but because one of them isn't lined up, none of them are going to line up, and, well, you just have to try and do, like, there's the base. If we line the base up, then we can align the other one up. So there we go. It was just a little finessing, shall we say. So the next one is, again, a bit of a challenge potentially. So these are actually together. Okay, so let's maybe move that to there. This goes, it's an edible Lego brick. Is it some sort of, is it like 2 bears? Is it 2 like gummy bears type thing? It might be. It might genuinely be 2 gummy bears. Oh, good grief, I've totally messed this one up. Let's rotate that to there. Let's just, I guess by definition, we only need to make one of them. The other one will eventually then come back into play. That goes to there. That goes to there, perhaps. Yes. Into there. And then if you get one, you'll get the other. Is that about right? I think I'm making it worse now. There we go. That looks great. Just the head. There we go. So pink and green jelly baby or bear. And there we go. Okay, so that is that one completed. Excellent. While you're on this room here, you can go over to weather and we can change the weather. So we can have, say, for example, a sort of stormy night like that. So we can change the weather. We change the day-night. There's a very snowy cabin thing. You've also got my collection up here, which I guess it just indicates what you've completed. Anyway, we've only got 2 things so far. Let's get another level or another biome. So over to the gachapon on the right hand side, and this is where we spend 7 G coins, generic units of currency, and you gain 1 for each of the puzzles you solve. And we'll say yes, and we're going to turn this, and we get a question mark inside of that. Let's click on it, and this is a new world. So they're called worlds. So I'm going to assume, perhaps wrongly, that this it's random what you get. This first one, tutorial one, that's just set. And then it's random what you get. It is presented in that manner. I don't know if it, like I say, is random, but it is presented in that way. So let's have a quick look at this one. And this is, it's like a mine, isn't it? Lots of crystals, fireflies, lanterns, some tools there, pickaxes. And what have we got here? Well, we have a hammer, by the look of it. So this can only slide. So I'll marry that up with this one. There we go. And there we are. Then the front of this, and the back of it. Is that not right? That feels about right. Then there we go. Okay, job done. Let's see what the next one is. We're gonna have a pickaxe. We're gonna have a lantern. Are we gonna have a crystal of some description? Is this just a rock? I think it is just a rock. No, it might be some sort of. Is it a fossil? It could be a fossil. I think that's what it's supposed to be. And there we go. Okay. There is a bit of a downside here that, depending on the orientation that you're looking at, when you're dragging stuff, it'll go to go left or right. For this, for example. So this piece, if I hold it and hold left, it goes to the left. Go to right, it goes to the right. But if it's the opposite way, you'd expect if I click on that and go left, it goes left. It doesn't. It goes the other orientation, and I do not like that. Must confess, do not like that. But it is what it is. Let's move that in. Rotate that round. And put the heads on the hammer. So yeah, that there, for example, I'm pushing it up, goes the other way. I don't know if it's isolated to my controls or what. There we go. Pickaxe. In fact, the proportions remind me of pickaxes that you would get from like a fair or a carnival that you would blow up. Here's a lantern here. And, it's all a sliding puzzle. Interesting. So that slides there. That slides there. Oh, that was simple. But nice if when you complete, you like get little animations of something. Like, for example, that one there. You connect it all up, and then the light would light. Yeah, that would be pretty good. So let's connect up this. I'm guessing the back one's going to be scale. Yeah, that's a scale thing. That goes into there. That's about correct. Yeah, that's clipping inside. We've got the shovel. And there we go. And we've been given a bronze star achievement there. Up to 11 on our G coins. And, oh, this is a helmet, isn't it? It's a miner's helmet. So I guess that'll have to marry up to that piece, which it's now married up. And, yeah, simple. Let's see if the sort of torch on the front, if that clicked on when we complete, that would be a nice little added touch. And this is... Yeah, it's one of these, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely one of these. I'm not too sure what it is. But we can change the scale. Oh, hang on. It's supposed to be that way. There we go. It's just some, like, geode type thing. Maybe it's a sentient being. Some sort of lithoid creature. Who are we to judge? There we go. Connected up. Very nice. Okay. Go with the next one. This is green this time. So we can alter the location of that. So, is that going that way? Yeah, this will rotate as well. So we'll marry the bottom pieces up. That seems about right. And then there, it's about right. This will slide in. This will rotate, and there you go. Yeah, once you get your eye on it, it seems to breeze through fairly quickly. This is a it's a minecart, isn't it? Right. So minecart in multiple parts. Some assembly required, I think, is what we're going for here. So that'll slide up to that piece. That'll be fine. This will rotate to this side potentially. Oh yes, it does, because this side only goes that way. That is, I think that's correct. And this is going to change scale. Well, that's not that's not right. Let me scale up to the bottom piece that we know is correct, like that. Then we can move that in. There we are. Nice. Fill up with all manner of ores. And okay. Okay, yeah, this is a bit different. Well, that's gonna obviously slide into there. This is gonna connect up to that piece. So that's our reference point that we're gonna go with. This slides across to there, maybe. Yeah, I think. Something feels off. Not that piece, not that piece. Is it this piece? So, do I have to go to... This one has thrown me a little bit. Oh, it's because it's going... Yeah, there we go. Just because of the orientation of that one. So that goes there. This can go across to there. There's a sort of chip in the back there. I don't know what the deal with that is. So this is going to take a little bit more finessing just to get it correct. It feels like it's that one. You see there's a couple of gaps around here that were... There we go, having to work. Gemstone with lots of flaws in it. So, not convinced that's going to go for very much. Alright, we're back to our main little cabin here. Let's change it to a nice sort of maybe... Oh, there we go. A nice ambient colour. Excellent. Okay, one more. We'll see what we get with this next one. We've been given... Oh, is this Pirate World? I think it is Pirate World. So if we were so inclined, we could get another one. We can just get another one and go, what's this one? This is... It looks like food again. But not candy. So when you mouse over it, yeah, that's the pirate you off, the boat one. Just done that one. Ah, so that's like a cafe. So similar to that. Let's go for the pirate one then. We'll have a quick look at a couple of these. Because obviously it's random. As far as I'm aware anyway. We're not going to have a huge explosion in difficulty, one would imagine. Now this is interesting. So that slides. So it's going to have to be that. It's a hook, isn't it? But that'll go that way. And luckily the colours are shown there. So they sort of help us to marry that up. Alright. I wonder if we're going to have a treasure chest. This is an anchor? It is an anchor. Okay. So that'll slide to there. Is this going to go up and down? It is indeed going up and down. So I'll rotate it that way just so it's a bit easier for us. There we go. That'll rotate. Oh, didn't even have to touch the eyelet bit. didn't have to do that at all. And it's a very angry boy or buoy. Yes, they are judging our skills in completing these puzzles. Anyway, that's going to go to there. That's going to go... I didn't really want to spoil that. I thought that was perfect as it was. Anyway, let's have one last one, and we're going to do it's a barrel, isn't it? Yeah, it's a barrel, so that can go there, that can go there. And, oh, okay, that's different. So this will move left and right, so we have to scale that. So we have to orientate that with this one, and then this one. There we go. Alright, we are going to leave it there. That's been a quick look at the shape of things, and this is a pair of boots. It is indeed a pair of boots. But we're going to go back to the main menu here. Like I say, that's a look at the shape of things. A fairly chill, atmospheric puzzle game about, well, just building stuff. That's, yeah, that's alright. It's obviously quite a simple concept, and obviously the goal is not to be overly challenged, but still to be engaged and to chill out with it. It would have been nice if, like I say, there would be little animations or something when you complete stuff, just a bit of added flair. And I find with some of these games as well, there's often a little narrative that goes behind it. Just a little bit of flavour text, like, oh, this was my old pair of boots before, that was passed down from my uncle, or something quite charming, and that is missing. Even though we've got, like, this is obviously like a lived-in place. You've got, like, you know, like nice slippers and a bag and stuff. It just feels like that would be a little added touch, but then if we're trying to point out what's not in the game, we could be here forever. So it is what it is, presented as such, and yeah, it's a fairly chill and interesting title. Link in the description if you want to check it out yourself. I was sent a code in order to play and display this, but it's not a sponsored video. And yeah, with that in mind, hope you have enjoyed it. If you want to see more, by all means, let me know. And as always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.